Hey there. Feels like some time has passed. My head feels like it's getting worse. Each pulse of my heartbeat causes a wave of pain. Kinda wish I had more of that liquid stuff from before. Anyway, I'm sure you're not just reading this from my agitated ramblings. I've gone through all the files from the safe. About a fifth of them were printed Reddit posts from this hunter. I took the time and put them on Reddit. Another fifth are some scriptings I have barely any memory from. Even though they're labeled with my credentials, the other 60% is a collection of files numerically ordered. Each of them have the letters PHI on the corners. Project Hunters International is my best guess. The files themselves look to be a collection of mostly humanoid beings called subjects. I found George's file amongst them as well. He seemed pretty damned human to me. There was also an elderly woman bearing striking resemblance to Selena. That file had an envelope attached to it, which I set it aside to read later. Hell, I found the current CEO listed there, his bodyguard, and a scary-looking monster thing that shared the name of the Beast. One face caught my attention, one that caused my mind to burn with pain. A gorgeous woman with red and white hair. She felt familiar, and I couldn't remember why. I set the files down and held my head in my hands. I needed answers, and only one idea to start from. I reached out to Onyx and asked him to find out what he knew about the PHI. While I waited, I found the oldest scripting. Here's what it read. June 30th, year.
Redacted.
We finally found our target, Franklin.
Redacted.
Otherwise known as Scotch, an ex-hunter who abandoned his duties quite some time ago, one who has encountered quite a few individuals we're after. His capture was easier than we'd expected, considering his experience. Our arrival on their property held hardly any troubles. No hidden mines, no explosives on the doors and windows, and no scarred men armed to the teeth, ready to fight us off. Instead, the house was defenseless. Inside was a man, confused and terrified at our presence, petrified in his chair. He hardly put up a fight as we brought him in for interrogation. However, our efforts seem pointless. After countless hours of questions, threats, torture, and deal offers, he's yet to give us any information we were after. This document is our last hope of getting any answers out of him. Scott sat at the end of the chrome table. He was covered in scars and bruises. His eyes were puffy and dark from his lack of sleep. Sitting across from him was the CEO, an elderly woman in business attire. She seemed fed up with the amount of progress. Her eyes stared daggers into Scotch. She tried to find any sign to use to her advantage.
Franklin, I'm tired of this. I'm more than certain you are as well. This can all stop. You can go back to the life of comfort if you help me.
Scott sounded empty and defeated as he spoke.
I can't help you.
I believe you can. I need you to tell me where he is.
I don't know where. I don't even know who the hell it is you're talking about.
Your son, Franklin. You agreed to raise him for 18 years. That was the deal. Where is he?
I don't have a son.
The chrome table flew towards the wall adjacent from the window. Scott's began to float in midair. Soon after, he was flung into the wall, being held in place by some unseen force. The CEO stood up and began to walk calmly towards him.
18 years ago, I spared your life. You agreed to give him to us once that time was up. It would make sense for you to protect him, expected of his father. Now, tell me where he is, Franklin.
I'm not Franklin.
Really? Because you look and sound a lot like him.
You've got the wrong guy, I swear.
he said as tears began to fall from his face.
Oh. Then do you mind telling me who you are?
I'm Jedediah. I've lived in Idaho for the last 2 decades after my wife passed. I've been trying to tell you for weeks you have the wrong guy.
Scotch looked feeble, old, and vulnerable. A far cry from the hunter he had been before.
So, it's true then. You really did erase your memories. All to protect your son? I had to be absolutely certain.
She released Scotch from the wall. He slumped over into unconsciousness. Her gaze focused on the window.
Clean and heal him up. I want him working for us when he wakes. There's a chance his memories might resurface. Be a dear and keep an eye on him, would you, Fred?
I looked into her eyes through the glass, nodding my head in understanding. I just hope everything we've done and will do will be productive. What the fuck? What? I'm sorry, but this has thrown my mind into a tailspin. I straight think can't. Update you I'll do when I can sentence right. Then until I'm friendly guy. PFBI. Hey everybody, it's Enzo here. Hope you're all doing pretty well on this Thursday. I am actually recording this on a Tuesday night. I still got a little bit of a cold, but it's mostly gone by now. So, you'll hear a tinge of a nasally voice, but well, what can you do, huh? Anyway, joining me in this episode I have 2 awesome guest narrators. Voicing the former CEO, I have with me Narrative Strokes. A couple of weeks ago I actually had the pleasure of lending my voice to one of her videos on her channel. It's in one of my older posts about 3-4 weeks ago. I highly recommend going and checking it out. And just like me, Narrative Strokes does a variety of creepypastas and horror stories. Her voice is quite soothing, and she's almost at 200 subscribers, so if you want to listen to a female horror narrator, go ahead and check her channel out, and if you like what you hear, give her a sub. And voicing Scotch, we have Middle Kingdom Oddities. It's a pleasure to have another horror channel from the UK, and Middle Kingdom Oddities has a pretty interesting horror channel. He covers a variety of ancient and contemporary Chinese urban legends and true stories. The videos are pretty bizarre in a good way, and if you want to listen to an absolute banger, I'd highly recommend Strange But True Stories that'll make you question everything. Both their channels will be linked below down in the description, and I'll be creating a post later, so I'll be tagging them in there as well. Can't believe we only got 6 more episodes left. It's crazy. Episode 10 will be on next Thursday, and after that I'll be taking a little bit of a break with this series. There is an absolute shit ton of stories that I have in my backlog that I've been wanting to get to for a while. Plus I'm just waiting for the last few bits of lines coming in from various creators to finish this all. Don't worry though, if you're a fan of this series and you've been listening, parts 11 and 15 will be out before you know it. I just want to say thank you all for listening, thank you for all the likes and the comments, and for subbing and just watching my videos. It truly means a lot. You all have an awesome, safe weekend, and stay tuned.